Hey guys, so today I've got a special guest, I guess we could say. As many of you guys know, I've been following FortisX for quite some time, and during this time we've discussed many topics. A lot of topics that we're talking about with regards to crypto regulation, crypto development in the space, but also how FortisX is continuing to develop over time. So today I have Alex. He's business development at FortisX. Alex, it's great to see you today.
Derek, hello. I'm very glad to speak with you again. And before we begin, I'd really like to thank you for your cooperation. We have been working together for quite some time. And during this period, I've proven to be one of the most professional and responsible partners we have to change to work with.
One of the reasons I wanted to record this interview is that there's a lot of things happening around FortisX over the last few months. You guys have new assets, serious security updates. That's brand new. Also, greater company transparency, more public team members as well. If you look over the past 6 months, what do you consider the most important achievement that FortisX has accomplished?
It is always difficult for me to single out one specific achievement because the past 6 months has been very tense for the company. But if you look at the situation as a whole, I would say the main achievement has been the overall growth in the company maturity. We strengthened the security of the platform, continued developing the infrastructure. We expanded the list of supported assets and launched new security incentives. We also became much more open to the community. And what is especially important to me personally, we started talking more about the people behind FortisX. Because any technology is created by people, any infrastructure is created by people. And I believe is it right when users understand who exactly works on a product development every day. Over this period, we have been taking huge steps forward as a company. For me, this is much more important than any single update. We are not simply adding new features, we're building foundation for long-term development of FortisX of years to become.
Well, that's great. One of the updates many users have noticed was the addition of new assets. So recently you added XLM and HBAR, if I'm not mistaken. Why are these? Why did you guys choose these assets specifically? And how do you generally approach adding new coins to the platform?
Whenever we add a new asset, people usually think the decision is made fairly quickly. In reality, it works very differently. You never look at how popular a coin is at a particular moment because the cryptocurrency market is very emotional. Today, an asset may be the center of attention, and 6 months later, no one remembers it. That approach has never interested us. When we consider a new asset for integration, we ask ourselves much more long-term questions. So questions like how strong is the economy itself, the ecosystem itself, is the project still developing, are there real users, are there developers who continue to build around this network? Also, what does the long-term outlook look like over, for example, 3, 5, or even 10 years. That's why XLM and HBAR seemed very interesting direction to us. These are projects that have been present in the market for a long time, and they have lived through different cycles. They continue to develop. They have strong communities and clear visions for the future. In addition, we saw quite a lot of requests from users. Many people ask us to add these exact assets. And to be honest, we really listen closely to our community. Many people think companies make decisions somewhere behind closed doors. And in practice, a huge number of ideas come directly from the users. We read messages, we study suggestions, and we analyze the feedback. And very often the community helps us understand which direction are in greatest demand. So the addition of XLM and HBAR was the result of several factors at once. It was a combination of strong ecosystems, user interest, and our confidence in long-term potential of these assets.
What has changed inside the company in the area of security? Because I know, you guys are constantly improving security.
Now people have started to notice the results of the work that has been going for a long time. And that is normal because security is not an area where changes are always immediately visible to users. When we add a new asset or release a new feature, people see the results instantly. But most of the work on security usually stays behind the scenes. It consists of dozens of processes, checks, tests, monitoring, and constant improvement of the infrastructure. That is why I often say that security is not an event, it's a process. You can not say once, that is it. Now we are fully protected. That is not how it works, right? Technology constantly changes, new threats appear, new attacks methods appear, and the industry itself changes too.
That's great. One of the main things that some people have noticed was the bug bounty program that you guys have just recently introduced. And I'm sure some viewers are asking themselves, if a project always goes through audits, why is vulnerability disclosure program still needed?
At first glance, it seems logical. There is an audit, there are checks. Why do you need anything else? But in practice, it works a little bit different. An audit is a very important stage, but it's still a specific point in time. Security does not end after the audit. It continues every day. That is why the world's largest technology companies use bug bounties, because they allow independent security researchers from around the world to get involved. Each of them looks at the system from a different angle, and each has their own experience, their own analysis methods, and also their own experience. And the more qualified specialists study the infrastructure, the stronger the overall protection of the system becomes.
One final question for you before we go. If we meet here again in a year, what would you like to say to the FortisX community?
That we fulfilled our promises, because in our industry, there's too much talk about the future, too many promises, and too many loud statements. But something else is more important. Doing what you promised yesterday. This is the kind of reputation we want to build. Not the reputation of a company that speaks beautifully, but the reputation of a company that constantly does it well. I would like people a year from now to be able to look back and say, yes, FortisX has continued developing. Yes, the team continues strengthening security. Yes, the company became more transparent. Yes, the new opportunities appear for a year. And of course, yes, the team continued to do what it said earlier, because that's exactly how trust is formed. Not with words, it's with actions. And if in a year the level of trust in FortisX is even higher than it is today, then it means we're moving in the right direction.